guy that saved, 49 games last year. Talking about like a guy like Rogers, Rayleigh. I mean, they're really, really good. And it's contagious. It's kind of like offensively, when a couple of guys go through slumps, it feels like, as a team, you go through slumps.
And welcome back to One on One. You just heard Mets manager Carlos Mendoza after last night's loss to the Mariners 11-9. The Mets have now lost 14 of their last 16 games. Kinda bleak. Kurt was there.
Kinda bleak.
Well,
Kinda bleak.
yeah. It's been a turbulent week for you, Kurt.
Quite a turbulent week. That sound I got from Mendoza yesterday, during the post game press conference. Listening to Mendy yesterday, he looked defeated. I don't know how else to put it. He looked defeated. I mean, there's no way else to put it when your team puts up 9 runs and your bullpen comes in, who you traded for guys that are talented. Ryan Helsley, talent. Tyler Rogers, talent. You have Stanek, very good. All these guys are really, really good that you had and that you traded for, and they're on paper one of the best bullpens in baseball. Don't get me wrong. They are on paper one of the best bullpens in baseball. But when you need 3 pitchers to get out of the 7th inning, what else are you going to talk about, Mendy? Like, the issue I have is that I understand where he's coming from. There is too much talent on this team, and it's contagious. It will be contagious that they will all catch on eventually. When is that happening? When is that going to happen? There are 40 games left in this season. I was hearing reporters talk about it yesterday. There are 40 games left in this season. The Mets might have to win 20 games to get to 90 wins, maybe more, or might be a little more than 40 games in the season, whatever. But you have to win 20 or 30 games to get back into the back into the playoff picture, because the Reds are not losing as many games as they think. The Phillies are not going to stop winning, as they've lost a few against the Reds last time, but now they're playing the Nationals. The Nationals beat them. The Phillies won back yesterday 6-2 against the Nationals. Where are you going? That's my point. Where are you going right now? Because the Reds are only a half a game back, and that's the last wild card spot. You paid Juan Soto nearly $800 million to be great. He's very good this season. Don't get me wrong. I'm not slighting him. You put together a team of starting pitchers. Clay Holmes, who is a reliever, and I had belief in Clay Holmes, and I still think he's very good. He just cannot see the second half of the lineup. No. He has to he goes through them once, maybe twice. He cannot see them more than twice. He can't.
And so that's why when you say that Mendy looked defeated after last night's game, it's like, well,
like you said, how much more support do you need? You are a
for
grown.
The Mets, Steve Cohen owns the team.
You are a grown.
You bought Juan Soto.
You're a grown person that needs to know that at this point you're going to have to answer. There are going to be answers that need to be made, and the Mets can keep knocking, but until you start winning games, they don't even need to win series anymore. They are 2 down to win series. They have to win games. That's how bad they've been. You have to start winning games. That's how bad the Mets have been. They're 45-24 in the beginning of the year. In June 12th. Since then, 19-34. The second worst record in the entire MLB. And you probably have one of the highest payrolls in the entire MLB.
Absolutely.
I don't get it. I don't understand it. When the bats were hot last night. Francisco Lindor, 2 home runs. Juan Soto had one right behind him, a leadoff home run from Lindor, 2 yesterday. Brandon Nimmo had a pretty clutch hit. Francisco Alvarez had a home run to keep them back in it, to get them up to 9 runs after the bullpen came in and collapsed. Like, I don't know what else to say. They collapsed. Ryan Helsley came in. He gave up a bunch of runs. Then you have not Stanek that came in right after that. It was Rayleigh that came in right after that. Brooks Rayleigh comes in after that, and he gives up 3 runs. And then you have to put in Ryan Stanek to hopefully get 1 more out. You needed 3 pitchers to get 3 outs? It's not sustainable. But it's not sustainable. No. This bullpen cannot do that for very long. And it's not like their schedule gets any easier. Their schedule just gets harder. It only gets more difficult. You're going to play the Mariners for the next 2 games, one's in Williamsport. You're going to play the Little League World Series Classic. And a lot of those kids are Mets fans, so you might not want to disappoint them there. You might want to start getting on your act just a little bit. You're going to play the Nationals. The Nationals are not that great, but they can come up and beat you. The Braves, who have given you problems my entire fandom with the Mets. The Braves always give the Mets problems, and the Braves aren't going to make the playoffs. Yeah. And they come back to beat the Mets for a series win. You're going to play the Phillies, who are leading right now, the Marlins, the Tigers, and the Reds, and then the Phillies again. All opponents that are going to give you major issues, all in your league other than the Tigers. You're just going to keep sinking. The quicksand's just getting deeper and deeper and deeper.
Yeah. They right now, it seems like 2 things can't be working at once for the Mets. Like we saw last night. They were hitting great. You were just
hitting
saying.
with runners in scoring position.
Unheard
of.
They were hitting home runs. We can talk about Wednesday. They're hitting home runs. Or Tuesday, sorry.
Pete Alonso's home run game,
Pete
yes.
Alonso, yeah. But they can't. But their bullpen isn't working, and so in order to win a game, surprise, surprise, you need both. When is that going to come?
Not even. But the other issue is their starting pitching is so bad. It's not like your most consistent starter is David Peterson, and David Peterson, wonderful. Don't get me wrong. David Peterson has been awesome for the Mets all year. He has been really good, the most consistent Mets starter. But the rest of this staff, where are the outs coming from at this point? You have to really look at the depth chart, because these are the Mets starting pitchers as of tonight. Sean Manaea, David Peterson, Kodai Senga, Clay Holmes, and tonight Nolan McLean joins
Yep.
He joins today.
Being pulled up.
Which is awesome because the Mets need it.
They need a change.
He needs something. He's 2.78 ERA in AAA. We can get to him a little later.
Yeah.
But for Mets starters, they have 232 innings combined together. That is the least amount in the entire MLB. No one not named David Peterson goes more than 5 innings. You're lucky you get 4 innings out of these guys. And who do you blame anymore? Is it the GM who built it? Is it Mendoza who's managing it?
Something was working in the beginning of the season. They were the same players.
They were the same players.
Physically,
something
not mentally, maybe.
I don't think physically they're the same now. Clay Holmes might be a little. I'm 50-50 on Clay Holmes right now because when you watch him in the beginning of the year, very good. Don't get me wrong. But every question you always hear from Clay Holmes is the innings. How many are going to get to him? He's a relief pitcher. He hasn't done this many innings since he was in Pittsburgh as a rookie, being a starter. You have Sean Manaea. Sean Manaea is supposed to be your ace, but has been injured all year. He has not been great. Kodai Senga, since injury, has not been great. He's been giving up lots of hits, lots of home runs. David Peterson's your one guy in this rotation that you're confident in, and the last time that he came out wasn't good either. He went 4 innings.
And you still can't trust him. Yeah, no, it's really, like, obviously is the main reason why they're struggling. And really until one of them can turn it around. I mean, maybe, bringing up Nolan McLean will provide some sort of even pressure on the other, players in this bullpen.
6 innings.
It seems crazy too now that we're even questioning, one of them to go 4 innings or 5 innings. It's like, I feel like you want a pitcher that okay, it's going to be a minimum of 5 innings. Like, solid, understood, you're putting this person in.
That is the minimum, hopefully.
We're good. Maybe 6, 7. That's what you want. 6. But you're questioning if he can make it 4?
A lot of these pitchers I'm questioning if they can even make it 4. Like, I was in my post-game press. Then you
need to double, the amount of pitchers you have in your team.
Pretty much. You have to just keep going. I was questioning in my post-game, I'm completely now befuddled. I can't even think of my post-game recap. Thank you, Joe Henry. I'm so befuddled by the Mets that I can't even think about the name of what we do at the end of our beat reports. My post-game recap, I said that Sean Manaea went long for a starter today when he went 5 innings. That's insane. That's what
Long.
expectations are. 5 innings is our expectations for a starter. I don't know what else to
The
say.
room is shaking right now. For all our listeners, the room is shaking.
Because I'm so confused. And you're playing the Mariners, who are really good. Their 9-hole hitter is getting on base 4 times. I mean,
and you would think too. They clearly had the support from from the offensive side. Like, they're getting the runs that they need.
And that's rare too.
So all you
that
have,
didn't happen all year,
right? Like, so now you're back in one sense. So you would think, okay, we're up. You know, a couple games ago, we're up 6-0. We're gonna maintain this. We're gonna take this win that we need. We're gonna take this win that. No.
I got a text from my friend yesterday. I was texting him. I was like, "Wow, the Mets are really like running today," and he was like, "We'll still lose." I was like, "You're not wrong." And then the 7th inning happens, and the Mets come in, and all you see, and you have these guys with big entrances. Ryan Helsley, Hells Bells plays. Fire comes out of the bullpen. He has the most blown saves in the entire MLB. The most blown saves in the entire MLB. This Mets bullpen leads in blown saves in the MLB. 3 of their pitchers are in the top 20. Ryan Helsley leads the MLB with 8. They have 19 on the season. I'm at a loss for words at this point. I don't know what to say. I'm confused. I'm befuddled. Everyone in the press conference is befuddled. They've been covering the Mets before I was born, alive, and no one has seen a fall-off quite like this. And there's been a lot of Mets teams that have been disappointing.
There's been a lot of fall-offs.
Disappointing and fall-off and just sad to watch. This is just awful.
Yeah, but I think this is a good time. We have another clip from Mendy talking about the bullpen, so hopefully we can get this queued up now.
Well, I mean, bottom line, we got to start playing better. We got to, especially when you get the lead, we got to be able to shut those games down. And again, too much talent back there. You're talking about 6-7 guys that had closing experience.
So, there you go.
Yeah, that's 6 or 7 guys.
Six or 7.
You have 6 or 7 guys that have closing experience. Don't get these guys.
And honestly,
are
to
in
cut
the
you off, Kurt, the
highest.
conjunction "or" is not needed there. It's just 6-7 guys.
6-7 guys. Sorry, Joe. We're gonna keep doing that all show. Shout out Owen Kelty, man. If he was here right now, he would be. If he's watching the show,
He's doing it from home.
he is. He's on TV. But you have these guys. Half of the Helsley came in as a closer. Rogers has closing experience. You expect them. Mendy said this last night. You expect them to come into the game during that sound and be able to get 3 outs. What's the difference if you come in the 9th inning compared to the 7th inning? What's the difference if you come in the 8th inning compared to the 7th inning? It actually should be easier because you're not in as high of a leverage situation. Could you only pitch in the high leverage situations? Is that your issue? Do you need to have the team breathing down your neck? Do you have to give up 4 runs to hopefully be good?
But they just got to play better.
That makes me even angrier. Because you could talk about playing better all you want. At what point are you going to say, it's not working? What I'm doing is not working. The definition of insanity. Keep repeating things over and over and over again until things stop working. And they keep doing it. Nothing is working. I don't know what to say. It's the meme on Twitter when you check one box, the other box unchecks.
Yeah.
That's currently what's happening. They're going to get their rotation back in order. These guys are going to go in 8 innings. They're going to go complete games. And you're going to see everyone in the entirety of the entirety of the Mets rotation, not the Mets rotation, the Mets lineup, go over. They're going to go over the entire game. All platinum sombreros.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen. That's what it's been looking like.
It would not be surprising at all. But so what do you think, how do they change that? How do they get back? Is it
calling up
Is it
the
a
rest?
mentality thing? Is it calling up more people, putting them in their place, that if you make this mistake again, if you can't pitch through 5 innings, we don't want you on the team right now. You're one of the best
That happened to Paul
that
Blackburn.
we have, but if you can't handle yourself at this level, Get out of here.
Paul Blackburn just got DFA'd. Paul Blackburn gave the Mets a good inning, but the rest of his outings have not been great. For Nolan McLean, he just got his roster spot taken.
Yeah. Maybe
Got
they need
DFA'd.
to be doing more of that.
But you're
But
gonna
you
call
don't
up
want to.
You're gonna call up
You're 40
Sproat.
games out.
You're gonna call up Sproat, who has I believe a 1.4 ERA in the minor leagues too. Like at this point, you're gonna have to start trying everything. You're gonna have to call up. You're gonna call up McLean. You might call up Sproat. You might call up Jonah Tong. Jonah Tong is 21 years old. Like I was talking to him at the Cyclones last year. You're going to call up this guy to pitch in these high-leverage games. Nolan McLean's not getting experience. Usually these guys get experience when you're out of the playoffs because it's like, oh, let's see someone new. He's getting in right now, today's game, in must-win situations. Nolan McLean is how old? 1 second. Nolan McLean. I believe he has to be under. He's
20. 24.
Is he? Let's see. He is. Drum roll, please, ladies and gentlemen. Nolan McLean is 24. Joe, great job. He was born in 2001.
This is what I do.
That's
what
good
you
research.
do. Producer Joe Henry. You call up Nolan McLean at 24 years old to hopefully pitch what you hope 6 innings today to get the bullpen back together.
Yeah.
But
God
even
willing.
if he pitches six innings today, who am I handing the ball to out of the bullpen? After last night's game, who's available? Who do you look at and be like,
Or who do you
I trust you to go out today, and I trust you tonight to go out and get us 12 outs. Because that's been the Mets standard right now. You have to go get 12 outs.
Yeah.
That's not easy and not sustainable. I've said it a bunch of times already this show. I'm just harping on the exact same thing. But you can't let the offense put up 9 runs. And then you put in Frankie Montas for the high leverage situation. He wasn't good as a starter. And now he's coming back in as a relief pitcher. I know you paid
You're
him
like
30
asking for it.
You paid him $33 million for a 2-year contract because you thought that you could fix him. You can't fix him.
Can't fix him.
And he has his own player option that he can opt into. If I was Frankie Montas, why am I not opting into a $33 million deal? Because no one else is giving me that much money anymore.
No.
After the starts that he's had, I don't know. The Mariners are a really great baseball team, so I don't want to take anything away from them. Cal Raleigh is one of the best hitters in baseball. Randy Arozarena has been consistent. Julio Rodriguez, J-Rod, was awesome last night for the Mariners. He was really great getting on the bases a lot. But even guys like Cole Young, like this is what I was saying before when I was getting angry about the 9-hole hitter being on base 4 times. 4 times? Cole Young. Not to say that he's bad or anything, but just, I don't get it. I don't understand.
No, it's not normal.
I don't understand that this team that was one of the best teams in baseball, slated to be a bye at least to the playoffs. Everyone was like, there's no way that they can be
Easy
this
money,
bad that they don't make it to the playoffs.
Expected.
Where do you go from here if you don't make it to the playoffs? Where do you look? Who do you look to? What do you trade for? Who do you trade? Pete Alonso just hit the home run record, and you wanted to get rid of him. And he's been one of the most consistent been one of the most consistent members of this lineup this year.
All-time leader now. Come on.
Your rookies are coming up. You've given up on Francisco. They seem like they've given up on Mark Vientos. Mark Vientos isn't in the lineup anymore.
No.
He was in the lineup yesterday as DH, and he was awful. I don't think he got a hit yesterday, Mark Vientos. He looked awful. He looked like a guarantee I could have written on my score sheet K every time that he went up. And that comes with maybe he needs to go down to the minor leagues. Maybe that he has to rake there. I don't know. I'm not in the scouting office. I'm not a person that knows exactly what Mark Vientos needs as a player that needs to get him right. But eventually there's going to have to be decisions being made.
Yeah.
Brett Beatty has been good. Ronnie Mauricio has been good. You could have traded one of those guys, Mark Vientos, like I've said before. And I've said a billion times, I've gone back and forth on this opinion a lot of times that he should not have been traded, should have been traded, whatever. He's not doing any good on the bench. He doesn't come in to pinch hit.
No.
He's not. So where are you putting him right now? Where's your high leverage situation that I'm playing Mark Vientos in? He was back for a little bit. He was on a hitting streak, but he's no good on the bench.
No.
If he's sitting and watching baseball, where is Mark Vientos going to go?
It's a great question.
I don't know. I think that the Mets have a lot of issues. They have a lot of holes. There's just keep digging yourself deeper and deeper and deeper into a hole. You're up 6 games on the Phillies. The Phillies keep losing games, essentially. They're handing you games that you can come back in. They lose to the Nationals. They lose 2 to the Reds.
Thank you. No, thank you.
That's how it feels.
No, thank you.
It literally feels like they're calling. The Phillies are calling the Mets and saying, you can have 2 games on us. No.
No, let's make life hard.
Let's make life difficult. Let's get over the mountain, like Francisco Lindor said last night. We have to get over the mountain.
Get over the mountain. It's a large mountain right now.
But the mountain just keeps growing. As you keep getting worse and worse, this mountain doesn't plateau. It doesn't end. It doesn't have like the clouds start clearing and you see the sun. The storm's going to start soon.
Yeah.
I'm hearing 41,000 fans in Citi Field boo. A team that everyone was cheering for. A team that you thought that they could win any game that they were put in front of. And now they look lost. They look incoherent to what we saw before. They look different from what we saw before. I know Joe has been at a lot of games. He can probably speak the same. You've watched a lot of games as a Mets fan. I don't know. That's the best I could say.
To chime in on Vientos, I think what's so challenging with a player like him is that you said like he can't ride the bench. My initial thought was like, well, why not? You know, obviously I'm going to compare to the Red Sox. The Red Sox have young guys on the bench that play platoon roles. The reason why Vientos doesn't work in that role and why it feels like it's so helpless having him on this roster is because he's not particularly good at any one thing. And I'm not trying to say, look, Mark Vientos, significantly, to say the least, a significantly better baseball player than Joe Henry, to put it lightly. Look, and I'm very much rooting for him. I like Mark Vientos, but the issue is not just that he's not. I mean, he has a little versatility defensively. He can play third and first, but he's not terribly good at either spot compared to the replacement options. He's not going to play as good at first base as Pete Alonso or as good at third base as Beatty or Mauricio. What's really challenging with him is that unlike good teams have bench guys that will only play in certain situations in platoon roles, even weak side platoon roles, and do great in those roles. Mark Vientos is a righty who hits lefties 0.003 points better than he hits righties. He has a 226 average against righties, a 229 average against lefties. It's not like he's a guy you can slot into the lineup 1.5 out of every 4 games, pinch hit him, and he's going to slaughter lefties but struggle against righties. He's not particularly great against either. He's about the same.
Super versatile.
And that's really challenging from a lineup perspective where every option you have at third base is kind of similar so that you don't have guys who it's like, okay, in this exact matchup, he's going to feast and he might struggle in this matchup, but we have enough guys that we can mix and match, and every day we're putting the best guy out there. That's what good teams are able to do. The Mets just have a really funky situation there. And on Thursday night, the bottom half of their order, numbers 5 through 9, went 0 for 16 with 1 walk. How do you win baseball games when more than half of your lineup literally doesn't get a hit in an entire game? And that's been a consistent theme literally all season long.
And then the top of the lineup would start performing. And then, like, a few nights before that, it was the Fab Four wasn't hitting at all. It was only Juan Soto's home run. And then the rest of them were 0-16.
Can't win like that.
You can't. And, Joe, I just want to read you guys out their options at third base right now. And tell me who would you rather have, because we all know them. But Ronnie Mauricio over Mark Vientos. You would rather have Mauricio, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Brett Beatty, rather have him at third base, Mark Vientos?
Yes.
Yes.
So where is Mark Vientos going to play? I know you said he's not versatile, but that's my point in why you probably either send him back down to the minors or you just trade him at the offseason. Do you think I'm crazy to say that?
No.
Thank you, Joe.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
No. Yeah. No, I think you can get something a lot better for what he is now. I think, like you said, like
I don't know
why
how
not
much
just
better
have
you're going to
someone-
get him anymore because everyone knows what he is.
And to add on to that point, like I was thinking maybe you could just DH him occasionally. That's what the Mets have started to do the second half of the season. The other option at DH is Starling Marte, who's also a righty. He does the job better.
Yeah.
Starling Marte is so much better at DH, and you can play Starling Marte at any position in the lineup. You could put Starling Marte at leadoff, which the Mets have done a bunch, and he's been much better than Mark Vientos. I don't even think there's not a world where you can bat Mark Vientos leadoff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think that this Mets team has too many issues that you don't really know where everything is going to be. All of these guys, all these young guys are so... They all have such big promise. But it always just seems to be... They just become a little bit more disappointing.
Yeah.
As the year goes on.
And as the season goes on, too. It's you don't often see, I think, the team starts out on fire, everyone on fire in the beginning. We are where we are now. But I think if you have to prioritize one issue, right now, at least where they are in their season, you got to get your bullpen back to at least where they were at the beginning. Like, you don't have to be spectacular. You just have to be better.
You have to not give up 5 runs and need 3 players in the bullpen. That's a minimum standard.
Yeah. But, I mean, like we've kind of said a little bit, offense is looking better right now. So if we can have one thing going for...
Don't be surprised if they call up all of their starting pitching prospects at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
If things start getting bad, they're going to have to do something. And they're going to be relying on 21, 22, and 24-year-olds to get their high leverage outs in big games, which I'm not against. The Mets did that with Zach Wheeler, Jacob deGrom, and all those guys.
I mean, if not just to put the current people you have now, put a little pressure on them. If you want to play in the major league, like, prove that you can. Don't give up 11
I don't think
runs.
that they're never gonna do that to these guys in the starting lineup.
Well,
I don't think. Maybe Clay Holmes will go to the bullpen.
It would be somewhat
but like Senga, Peterson, and Chum and I are mainstays. Peterson it's not his fault. I don't even though he's a bad outing. I'm not gonna slight him as much. Sean Manaea is getting really hard to defend as the year goes on.
I mean, one bad outing, it happens to everyone, but.
For Senga and Manaea, it hasn't been one.
Do? Yeah, I was gonna say, once it starts adding up, that's when you need to switch something. But we can probably talk about the Mets all day and
I could do 3 hours
everything
on the
that they need to fix in this season for the rest of their season. But we actually have another New York baseball team that we needed to discuss everything that's wrong with them. So. Stay tuned to that on the other side of this break.